Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Silicanandra meeting today, August 16th, 2020. I call the meeting to order. So to start with, we will go to Devendra Narayal Garu, the Chair of Club Services, to do the four-way test, please.
Okay, sorry. For everybody who is new to this, please raise your, and everybody else, please raise your right hand and please repeat after me. Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it
fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it
Will
be
it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be beneficial?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Devendra Garu. Thank you very much. So, what better way to celebrate, right? Our 74th Indian Independence Day with our Council General from San Francisco office, Dr. Nagendra Prasad Garu. We are very, very, very fortunate and very happy and excited to have you here, sir. We will have a couple of things we wanted to show you, and then we will have you address the Rotary Club. Everybody who is present here today.
श्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरं शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सस्यश्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरं शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सस्यश्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरं शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम्
Thank you very much. So that was the leadership of Rotary Club of Silicanandra put a quick thing together to welcome our Honorable Consul General to our meeting today. Thank you everyone for taking time in the last minute and then helping us with this. So one big thing that has happened this weekend, exactly 24 hours ago, the Jai Hanuman Chalisa Lakshagala Parayan. About 60 days ago, our mother organization Silicanandra, under the vision of our founding chairman, founder Anand Kuchibotla Garu, we started thinking about this for two reasons: for global peace and for rural healthcare. That is the two main principles of this event. And for 60 days, over 500-600 people worked tirelessly to bring more than 100,000 people together to chant Lakshagala, the Hanuman Chalisa 11 times. So we are very proud to say that our family has created another Guinness World Record. It's the 10th one that we have accomplished. So congratulations to everybody in the Silicanandra family, the Jagamanta Telugu Kutumbam. So we want to celebrate that. Anand Garu, please add a minute or two, because you have been the force behind this whole event. And Anand Garu is our past president of our club. Wonderful to see this happening, sir, in this time. Anand Garu, please.
Respected Dr. Nagendra Prasad Garu, welcome to Silicanandra family. We believe whatever the Indian philosophy says, world is one family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and we believe Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. With that motto, on the 74th Independence Day, we decided to bring the world together by chanting Hanuman Chalisa 11 times. And it so happened, it is the 11th day of Bhavya Mandir Pratishtha on August 5th. More than our imagination, people from 50 countries joined and chanted. It is a program that went close to 3 hours. In some countries like Australia, New Zealand, it is 2 a.m. Still families stayed up and chanted. On behalf of the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, our Ministry of State Home Affairs Sri Kishan Reddy Garu, as well as Cabinet Minister for Jalashakti Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, and several other national and international luminaries yesterday participated. You clicked the link for yesterday's Hanuman Chalisa, so you went there before coming to this meeting. So Hanuman had his own way of trying you that link, but it means a lot for you to come. This is virtually we are interacting. Silicanandra is not an association. Silicanandra is a family that believes at its heart and soul the core values of everything that is Indian. The Bharatiyata is our soul, and look forward to working with you to keep the Sanatana Dharma and Indian flag flying high. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anand Garu. Without further ado, I know there are a few more things. We will go to them at the end. Not to keep our respected chief guest, waiting, we will go directly to that part. Thank you very much, sir. It's my utmost, privilege and honor to be introducing Dr. T.V. Nagendra Prasad Garu, our Consul General from San Francisco office. Thank you very much, sir. We are very proud of you having at this meeting, and you being our Indian and our Telugu person. It's our utmost pleasure to have you here. And Nagendra Prasad Garu has done several services in the government. Before coming to San Francisco, he was in the Ministry of External Affairs as Joint Secretary, helping heading the Gulf Division. Prior to that, he was in Indian Foreign Service and served in various positions in Indian missions, including Tehran, London, Thimphu, Brunei, and Ashgabat. And he was ambassador to Turkmenistan also from 2014 to 2018. So he is, back in India, he was a regional passport officer in Bangalore, and then he hails from the state of Telangana now. So, sir, thank you very much, sir. So, please, we are very happy and we salute you, namaskarams and pranams, and thank you for coming, sir. Please take it and then address any message to our Rotary Club members, the Greater Silkanandra family would be wonderful, sir.
Please pin his video. Take the share screen.
Andarki namaskaram andi. Thank you very much for inviting me for your event. First of all, I would like to convey my greetings from the consulate and then from my colleagues in the consulate. A happy Independence Day. Yesterday, we had this honor of San Francisco City Hall being lit in tricolor. They have honored India. And I also would like to, first of all, congratulate you on the Guinness, entering Guinness Book of World Records, particularly the Lakshagala Parayana of Hanuman Chalisa. It's a great effort. I think it is timely also because he is known to cure any kind of ailments. We know the story of Ramayana, and then we know what Hanuman brought. So I think this is timely also, particularly to drive away Corona. We keep hearing so many yagnas being done, and then this is another addition to it to ensure that the world comes out of this particular COVID, which we have not seen in this century. Such a disruption in the human life or economies of the world. I think no one is spared. It gives me great pleasure to be with you on this virtual medium. It has been the order of the day. It is not an exaggeration if I say that you take out valuable time out of your busy professional schedules to reach out to humanitarian work through this forum. I think Rotarians are always respected. I have met several of them. I had connectivity or interaction with Rotary organizations. They do wonderful work. And then what a spirit actually, and then very methodically, systematically, I have a lot of respect. And I personally would like to thank Mr. Raju for inviting me for this on this occasion to celebrate Independence Day. That is a very good coincidence. The term Silkanandra, I always close to heart, being a Telugu. And Silicon Valley not only is synonymous with progressive thinking, creativity, innovation, driving the knowledge economy, not only of US, but the world. And I'm happy to see so many Telugus, here doing great things, establishing themselves very successfully. It really, makes us all proud in government to come and then work here, and then to see around so many successful people around, and that too, who speak your mother tongue, nothing like it. It's heartening to note, that day we were seeing some statistics, around 40%, I believe, in this Bay Area, in the Silicon Valley, I believe are from Indian origin. That itself shows the strength in this particular sector. That is what the respect or the pride you have all earned for India through your contributions in this area. I'm fortunate to be posted to this particular area in the US. I just would like to briefly go on, just for your information, as I'm interacting with you for the first time and then during this period. I just know COVID. I was in India when the COVID started, and the government has quickly come into the lockdown, and then we all know in Delhi what work really we were doing 24/7. Particularly our size, the country's size commands a lot of effort, and I must say, till now we have been successful. The initial lockdown has really contained the spread, but we were confronted with humanitarian and social challenges. particularly the migrant laborers moving. And then you know that the employment is mostly in the unorganized sector in India, and that has caused a lot of raised challenges, which were not really expected. To counter all these, government has started unlocking. After unlocking, we started to have the numbers rise. Particularly as head of Gulf Division, I was in charge of repatriation of lakhs of people. You don't believe the requests which were coming from Gulf region. We have around 9 million Indians living in 6 Gulf countries, and majority belong to even not only Kerala but Andhra and Telangana, Telugu speaking. There is no country where there is no major Telangana or Andhra association. So it really, as on date we speak, the Vande Bharat mission was introduced just to repatriate our own citizens, and Gulf region had major request of repatriations. So today, as we speak, it's over 1 million have been repatriated from abroad, from various countries, and under this Vande Bharat mission, and still we continue. From here, from San Francisco also, we had everyday flights earlier of Air India. Now we have 3 Air India, or 4 sometimes, and then we have United flying to India also 3 times a week. So that has eased, and then still the flights go full, and then we attend to several emergencies. Basically, people who have someone, some family emergency, etc. This is almost a weekly, 2, 3, or half a dozen of requests. We are attending to that, and because of several requests, the quarantine has created certain problems for Indian citizens or Indian origin people who were traveling to India. So there has been relaxation in the rules and regulations. I just wanted to inform you, OCI card people can travel easily. They need not take visa. And then who have the American passport, they need to come to embassy and then take an emergency visa that we are facilitating easily. But even if you have a visa on your passport, you need to get endorsement. This is just because government of India, like many other countries, have suspended visas, whatever we issued earlier, long-term visa. So you need to come and then take a short-term visa and then go, but we don't charge fees. And quarantine, in such emergencies, family emergencies, someone is critical, etc., quarantine will not help him if he sits in institutional quarantine in Delhi or any other place where he lands. So there are some exemptions made. Please look at our consulate website. We have put up the regulations. Now you can take within 96 hours, a COVID test, and then upload the certificate, negative certificate, and then get exempted totally from that one. So there are people who would like to go and then come back also. So they are utilizing this facility. This is the latest regulation. As regards the consulate activities, we have been working. Only thing is the public contact is still not there because of the local California government regulations, but still 1 or 2, for example, for visas, etc. people are coming, we are accommodating without much personal contact, etc. But passport services, OCI services, they continue to go. Only thing is there is a bit of delay of couple of days, because the applications should be left untouched for some time, 2-3 days in the outsourcing agency place and in the consulate. So these are basically consulate activities, but my objective, my agenda or priorities will be, because this area is so vibrant, community, and then everyone is linked to India, and there are several opportunities which are coming up in India. So my priority will be to increase investments from this side, and also to improve the trade and investment, the trade. So we are working on that, and then we are encouraging that. And government of India, I can tell you, besides recent personal income tax reforms, that is no transparent taxation and honoring the honest, which was launched by Prime Minister on 13th August. Besides that, it preceded several, it followed several other reforms, particularly reduction in the corporate taxation in 2019, sometime around November, we have done it. And we have also done to improve or to get the taxation, manufacturing taxation, basically with an objective to looking at the geopolitical situation, and several companies would like to move their manufacturing base to India. So during the COVID period, we wanted to take advantage of this. So there is the less taxation, and then there are several provisions to set up manufacturing facilities in India. And you all know that Prime Minister has given a call for the Atmanirbhar Bharat. That means self-reliant India, but it's self-reliant and resilient India. Self-reliance doesn't mean at all that we are not linked to global economies. It is particularly pertains to be self-reliant and then also have linkages with global economy, be a global player. So we are looking at several, we have given some exemptions to the investments through sovereign wealth funds, and then we have given exemptions to pension funds, etc. As an encouraging signal. Last month we had some very encouraging and then large announcements from your area, particularly the Silicon Valley, the Google and then Facebook, around $16 billion worth investments have been announced in India. I'm sure these investments are going to have a great impact and then increase the interaction and then collaboration between India and then this particular region. A stimulus package, just going back to Indian situation, the economy has slowed down for various reasons because of the COVID. So the government has given a stimulus package of $277 billion US, equaling about 10% of India's GDP, to aid people worst hit by pandemic and also open new avenues of trade, investment and employment in the economy. An empowered group of secretaries has been set up to give clearances quickly in various sectors. And this is all keeping in mind to make India a 5 trillion economy by 2024. And I must mention here that we have today around 142 billion bilateral trade between India and US. And then we are looking at making it around 500 billion. There is scope, and then it has been studied that this can be achieved provided we go with strong push. And as you all know, the India and then US have very strong people-to-people linkages, and also the governments have the strategic partnership, comprehensive strategic partnership. It has been growing from strength to strength. You all saw during the COVID period, Gilead has been working with 7 pharma companies in India to produce remdesivir, and this itself shows that the interest of American firms in India, American government, and then their trust and confidence in India. And in agriculture also, the government has taken a very reformative step to make one India and then one agricultural market that stops all this the state controls, etc., so that farmers can get more income, and then they are all they have been empowered. Farmers have been empowered to engage with processors, aggregators, wholesalers, exporters, etc., so that he can get a good price for his produce. That has been a great issue for Indian agriculture. And I must mention at this point of time, someone mentioned in the beginning, we live for Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, thousands of years ago, someone said. And then I must mention at this point of during the COVID, we have provided hydroxychloroquine, paracetamol, not only to US, several countries, and in some cases in Africa, we have provided free of cost, and then also our neighboring countries. So not only that, we have allowed our own healthcare personnel in thousands to go and then help contain this disease, to work on the front line, particularly in Gulf region where we have sizable population of Indians. So this is all as part of our own philosophy, as one of our speakers mentioned here. That is no Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are one family. We want to contribute, as a global player, as a trusted player in the world. I also want to mention, there have been several reports here and there in US. So I just wanted to touch the subject. You all know that Jammu and Kashmir has become the union territory since 1 year, last August 5th. And I must mention that the kind of about 100 legislations have been applied to Jammu and Kashmir, which was not possible in the past, before abrogation of 370. So all these progressive laws were implemented, including right to free and compulsory education, juvenile justice, protection of women and human rights, and right to information act. And the local elections were held, and the participation was over 90%. And then you all know that we have the world's largest healthcare insurance program, that is Ayushman Bharat. It covers around 500 million. And that has been applied to Jammu and Kashmir successfully, and through private insurance companies in Jammu and Kashmir. And the unique market intervention scheme for the produce of Jammu and Kashmir, apples and then saffron, etc., have been created, and then over 800 million US dollar worth projects have been sanctioned. This is the development which we are bringing, so that everyone has the access to education. And then also we have restored the mobile connectivity, internet connectivity, etc., which was in the beginning limited. So that has really given us a confidence that yes, now we are one India, and then every rule is applied to every state in India. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention that because some people keep releasing all misguided facts, and then misinterpreted information here they keep on saying. And I must mention that India is emerging as land of opportunities. There are some, I think, half a billion internet users now. I think 600 million active internet users. And recent study has revealed that the rural users are more. So that indicates why I'm saying is this: the technology investments in India, you will not find such a market anywhere. So any technological intervention, now we are seeing after COVID how technology can change lives, how technology can allow us to continue. I'm able to interact today with you just because of the technology. No wastage of time. Otherwise, I would have been sitting in my office room or home. But the efforts, etc., are continuing. So there is a huge market even for technology from Silicon Valley. Particularly, you all know that 5G, big data, quantum computing, blockchain, Internet of Things, etc. It has huge scope in India. You got the market there. And the healthcare sector has been growing in India at 22%. Huge scope for taking technology from here and then having manufacturing base in India. You saw recently Qualcomm started production in Chennai, but we need to add more value, and which can be done only through improvement or participation in the MSMEs, medium and small scale enterprises. So defense and space sectors have been opened for investments from abroad. It was limited earlier, and India has attracted, I must tell you, at this point of time, during the COVID time, foreign direct investment of about 20 billion between April and July 2020. So there is a confidence in Indian market. There is a confidence in Indian system and rule of law. So as you are all here, entrepreneurs, successful, and you all have big ideas. I just would like, not that you are not attached to your links, but roots, but still my duty is to inform you that things are getting better. Watch out for opportunities in India, and government of India is making opportunities. Whatever opportunities come out of this crisis, the lives are different. Lives are going to change post-COVID, but India would like to be the engine for the global economic recovery post pandemic. With a huge market, a human resource pool, India's rise will mean a rise in trade opportunities for entire world, and it offers the scale. Basically, you will not have such scale in any other country. With access to my markets, and then there will be a rise in the you can say that to your investments. It will be a win-win situation. Last but not the least, I just wanted to mention about the new education policy which has been brought in, and only 2 points I want to mention. That education policy, not that it was bad. You are all here because of that education, but not much change on that front. But they want to have in the curriculum, people as Prime Minister said, this new education policy will say will not train the child or student in what to think, but it will make him to how to think. So that's a basic change. And then mother tongue has been given its due in the new policy. And the most important one is the permission for, or the scope for, foreign world-class institutions to set up their campuses in India. So this education policy provides ample scope for that. And this particular place is full of the world-class institutions, and then someone can look at an opportunity in India, and then in India what is education sector. So and with that, I just wanted to brief you what is happening in India, and then being the largest, and then we are largest, and then US is oldest where you are living. And these two countries, you can say they are natural partners. And this partnership is growing, and it can play an important role. You can see from the statements of the leaders that US and India really can help the world bounce back faster after the post-pandemic era. So it is the best time for American investors, we have been telling everyone, and then to pull the ailing global economy. And once again, I would like to thank Silicon Andhra and the Rotary Silicon Andhra for introducing me to this platform. And I will be happy to meet any one of you anytime through this association or Silicon Andhra to me personally. And I will be there 24/7 to, if I am of any help or any ideas to be taken to Government of India, I will be happy to do so. And then any brainstorming session you are having, it will be a great teaching, a great learning for me from you all. I particularly feel proud that I'm in this area to learn more, and then to achieve something substantial during my tenure. Thank you very much to all of you for your patient hearing. As bureaucrats, we all try to take whatever time given to us to tell our own stories. But I'm available for any debate and discussion. Thank you very much once again, and then namaskar. Once again, happy namaskaram, and then happy Independence Day to all of you. And then it's great to see celebrating Independence Day here in Silicon Valley.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. If you have a couple of minutes, sir, we want to share a couple of more things with you. Anand, you have a comment to make. Anand garu, go ahead.
Not a comment. Nagendra Prasad garu, I have a question and a request for help. You are talking about the investment. Silicon Andhra is a 19-year-old organization and is a platinum rated non-profit in this country. You know, the non-profits are a kind of social entrepreneurs. We love the country. We wanted to do some good work back in the country. So we registered Silicon Andhra as a non-profit organization in India. And we have done a lot of work from 2006. And recently we built a 200-bed multi-specialty hospital in Kuchipudi village. The hospital we will share with you, it looks like almost an American hospital. Okay, we want to serve the rural poor where the healthcare became corporatized and poor people are not getting. The question I'm asking is, in this country we are able to get the non-profit status and able to do that stuff. In India, to get an FCRA, we are a platinum rated, believe in there. Since you said honoring the honest, we are one of the honest to the ethical rated in this country, the same in India, but we are going pillar to post to get an FCRA to improve the rural healthcare. There is some way, if you could, like, I know you from the external affairs that handled by the home affairs.
Home affairs, yeah.
Somewhere, like, if you could build a bridge, there are, like, highly respected. We have 50,000 family strong organization from here. We want to help and people want to help. They love the project. We saved several lives. But if we have an FCRA, there are corporates who want to give CSR. In any form or fashion, not only Silicon Andhra, there are several organizations. We know why they want to be strict, but punishing the honest in the name of strengthening whatever the system, please help and guide us. I'm not trying to find an answer. I just want to request if there is a way we could talk offline and please help us.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. There have been issues and then there has been very tardy move after some things came to light. You all know the background. But in this particular case, and naku just miru email tan దగ్గర ఉంది, just పంపిస్తే మీ correspondence పంపించండి నాకు. The Home Ministry లో Foreigners Divisions తో ఉంటుంది. నాకు పంపిస్తే నేను just I will touch base because ఢిల్లీ నుంచి ఇప్పుడే వస్తున్నాను కాబట్టి అక్కడ పనిచేసే వాడు కొంచెం తెలుసు. So at least I can tell where it is stuck, if it is stuck at all for any other reason. So I can convey to you the reason and then we can move forward. That should not be an issue, but I'll try my best, certainly. Just send me correspondence, the latest correspondence.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much,
sir. So in these 19 years, we have done wonderful work. So one of that being Silicon Andhra Manabadi, where we have taught to about 55,000 kids of the next generation our mother tongue, Telugu, here in America. Today, for Telugu learning, Silicon Andhra Manabadi is like the de facto standard, not just here in America, but across 12 countries, even outside. And today, from the 2017 census numbers, Telugu is the fastest growing language in America. And the team here, the family here that you see is everything to do with it. Silicon Andhra Manabadi, that is number one. And number two, we also have a university. We started 4 years ago, University of Silicon Andhra. It is just like any other American university, complete approved by California government. And our focus is Indian fine arts and languages. Indian fine arts and languages. Today we have 5 departments here: Kuchipudi dance, Carnatic music, Bharatanatyam, Sanskrit and Telugu. And we intend to add lot many more things. We have centuries and centuries old knowledge, and that the world can benefit from. So, and we want this to be the center of excellence to protect and then pass it on to the future generations. That is the whole intent. And we are doing amazing work. As Anand Garu said, we have built a Sanjeevani hospital there. We have adopted a village, has gone through tremendous progress there in India, and several other things. Now we have started, this Rotary Club also. Silicon Andhra, for more ways than one, we stand for our commitment, our dedication, and the way we accomplished the feat, the biggest feat that even companies like Zoom couldn't envision that we could pull something like this on online yesterday with more than 100,000 people is a testament to what Silicanandra is about. We are very pure in our vision, and we are very pure in our execution, and the results are showing. There are several organizations, not just in America, elsewhere else in the world, which are older than 19 years. But what we have accomplished in these 19 years is exemplary and second to none. That is what the world is telling us. And today we are so excited to be able to share our journey with you, and our Rotary Club will take so much spurti, the inspiration from you today, and then we will try to do more for the benefit of everybody else here and for the better world tomorrow. So thank you very much, Nagendra Prasad Garu. And I am not sure if you have another 2 or 3 minutes, maybe take a question or two. If not, that is fine. Our cultural chair, Priya Tanugula Garu, has something that she wants to share. Priya, please unmute yourself, madam.
Thank you, sir. Raju Garu. Namaste, Nagendra Prasad ji. We are very proud Silicanandra family, and we would also like to extend our full support for any initiatives that you would want to like us to take, because we proudly say to the world that we take privilege and pride in promoting the ethnic dance forms, be it on the dance side or on the music side, and project that on our stage. We never, till to date, from the inception in 2001, performed anything with film-related music or song or dance. So we promote a lot of artists, we bring them from India and try to impart those, dying art forms, be it in music or dance, teaching our kids here. So we would, appreciate any kind of support or our, way of saying we are there for you for any kind of events that you would want to take part. Thank you.
No, I just mentioned that yesterday in our virtual celebrations of Independence Day from San Francisco, we had one of the items on Kuchipudi done by the daughter of Radha Reddy and Kausalya Reddy. So,
Definitely.
Our family, sir.
yeah.
Yes.
We had an item done by.
Yeah. We have our Gen Next ready, sir. Any kind of, verticals or, be it theater, dance, music, they have been trained and they're all there. So we extend our sincere support, and in any way we can be of help to you. Thank you.
I must mention that we are going to conclude the 150th birth centenary of Gandhiji this October 2nd. We are just planning something to conclude it. So I might just send once we confirm to the fact that we have to do something on culture, even if it is virtual. As of now, it looks like that. So I'll come to you. If there is
definitely, sir.
And we have a very big, 25,000 square feet building in Milpitas, and we can certainly have, hopefully, the corona goes away by then, and we can be the host for that, celebrations in our building, which is very unique. It's an Indian university, and such a university does not exist anywhere else in America. We are trying to do everything that we can to promote our Indianness here. So that is the whole intent. So we are here. So please utilize our services. Anything that we need to help the consulate or the community. So let us certainly do that. And if there is any kind of open houses that the consulate want to do for the benefit of the community, we can host them here in our building. We can seat up to 400 or 500 people. So many things can be done. And Neeraj Bhatia ji, you have raised your hand. He is one of our board members from University of Silicanandra. Neeraj ji, if you have any quick question, the last question, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Prasad. It was very nice words we heard from you. I am actually one of the board members and part of Rotary Club of Silicon Andhra as well as university. I'm a chartered accountant in India and a certified public CPA here, practicing in both India here. So I was actually going to take up your words, which you said about promoting businesses here. And because I represent a lot of small to medium businesses, both here and in India. And so a couple of difficulties which we face with our clients, I wanted to bring forth. Like one of the things which Anandji mentioned about the FCRA approval for non-profit, that's a very, very genuine thing, because when in this COVID situation, we need funds in India, and there are people, there are organizations, there are individuals wanting to help in India. So it's a bottleneck. We are stopping the funds which could very easily flow into India, where a lot of Indians are there wanting to help. Also, for setting up, let's say, companies in India, people want to set up subsidiaries or any other affiliate association. There are a lot of hiccups, the RBI approvals, a lot of hoops one has to cross through. So we talk of ease of doing business. That is where a lot needs to be done. So hopefully that's where I would be willing to give my suggestions and whatever can be done, so that we can take it forward.
If I can have specific example, no, that will really help to reach out to the correct person.
So I will surely share those examples, because let's say somebody has to start a subsidiary. Almost it takes first of all, setting up a company in US, we can do it in 1 or 2 days for anybody. But when something has to be done in India, it's a long process, long wait. So many times with the RBI approval, it can take a year. Those investors may lose interest by that time. We lose big opportunities. Of course, the large ones have their large battery of professionals they can afford. But it's the smaller businesses who want to do something. That's where it becomes a big, huge bottleneck. And that's where we want to do something. I actually got one message from our president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in India just last week, that there was a meeting, probably there was a message from External Affairs Ministry that they are going to allow the overseas chartered accountant chapters also to facilitate and work with the consulate for some stations and some, so that can ease up a few things. So if you have something on that, some update on that.
No, we had an interaction with External Affairs Ministry. Our foreign secretary has participated here. If I remember the name correctly, Sujata, I think from Sacramento or San Diego. So, she was heading from this side, and there was an interaction, and then they said no, they will reach out to consulates, and then I received a letter, but I'm yet to hear on the specific things.
The specifics, okay.
But leaving that aside, I would like, if you have faced with certain specific challenge, please let me know, so that it can reach to a right person in the form, whatever it is. Let us try. Let us bring it to their attention. Sometimes it doesn't go to the right people in right time, so it takes time. But now it's the absorption capacity is more now in the government. And then everyone is looking at it. So I think things might move. So please send me the specific.
Thank you, sir.
Nagendra Prasad garu, good evening. If you have 1 more minute, I have just to ask you a favor regarding this Vande Bharat situation. My name is Prabhakar Reddy Pathakota. I am from Hollywood North here in California. And I'm an individual who helps people in need regarding this Vande Bharat and other issues going back for people who have people in India who are in an emergency to go back. We don't have any direct access channel to the consulate with a hotline or something for people to call in and ask for help. They are doing currently through Air India and United, but there are hiccups and they are not able to reach in a day, 2 or 3, because they have people who like parents passed away there in India, and there are children who have to final rites and they are not able to go even not earlier than 5, 6, 7 days, going through different channels, routes, reaching India, Delhi, and then going there to South and things like that. So is there any way that you can help us to facilitate on the consulate's portal, the information, the right information, how one can reach? It is not a regular emergency, which is a serious emergency of attending the final rites and things like that. If they can have any access of a hotline number to the consulate or any department in consulate here in San Francisco for people living in this zone under the consulate of San Francisco, to reach the consulate to one person who is working with Air India and United under this Vande Bharat program, that will be a great help. And it is a call of the day, because this COVID is not going to go away now. It might be there until next year, maybe June, July. There will be a lot of situations that where people are desperately in need, and we need some help through you, as we can't reach consulate otherwise, as we are, you are available for us, and you have brought the topic of Vande Bharat, and you have helped very much in Middle East. You might have a kind of a excellent plan to make things work out for this Vande Bharat program from here, California, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've taken a minute.
It's a very good point. You know, I must tell you, see, in the beginning of the Vande Bharat, the tickets, etc., were in our control.
That's right, sir.
So slowly, what we thought, you know, if it is in our control, it was becoming difficult for them to buy. So what we did, particularly only in this part of the world, not in Gulf or anywhere else. So what we did, we have given we have asked Air India to open the bookings for everyone. So sometimes, you know, getting ticket may be a problem in cases where you referred to. So what is happening? Such people are sending us either as a tweet or a mail is there. We have kept that is oci2.sf@mea.gov.in. It is there on our website. If you send a mail on that, or even in my mail, that is cg.sf. So it will be attended to, and then at least in last 1 month, I have seen people coming, they have American passport, they have not got the ticket. So in case of death, we have helped them. And quarantine, now the rule is different, that COVID negative certificate, etc. But
they are doing it here, sir, but they will not be able to get in that 24 or 48 hours before.
No. But no, in case of death, if you carry that particular certificate, I myself have seen people.
So they don't get it in 28, 48 or 70 hours before they leave.
I agree. No. Getting COVID negative certificate in that time is difficult. But no, in case, that is for people who want complete exemption and then go. But in the case of a death in the family, without any certificate also, they are being permitted to go to perform last rites and then to see,
provided they give the death certificate and all that.
Yes, just death certificate is enough to prove that the immediate relative, need not be father or mother, but immediate relative. I have seen here at least half a dozen of cases without any COVID certificate. They have gone, they performed rites and then came back also.
Thank you, sir. Whatever you are saying is very nice.
You send, and then we will try. But no, those people who really want to go and then completely exempt from quarantine, I have seen a couple of them uploading their certificate, etc., and then going.
That's right. That's my only.
So please send me. Please send. Please reach.
The only request is there on the portal, if you can have one kind of a small box or something.
No. So so being in the nearer to Silicon Valley, I initiated. I'm requesting someone to help out to make an app.
So message board or something where people
I'm trying. Let us see. How far I'll succeed.
If you want, we can give you help in that front, sir. In any way, doing it for that.
Thank you. I will come to you because I'm looking at that app should have what all and then how it should be responded. If it is not responded, it is wasteful exercise.
Thank you, sir. If you can share, that is wonderful. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Reddy Garu and Prasad Garu. Thank you very much, sir. I know you have taken more time than I know how busy you would be this weekend. So thank you very much, sir, for these questions and also helping us. Taking those questions and answering them, it means a lot to us, and we welcome you to the Silicon Andhra family. And we are here, and anything that is required, please let us know, and we will be there, sir.
You were very generous in offering hall and all that. Beware of it. Something you tell to government will grab. So thank you very much for.
We are here to serve, sir. We are here to serve.
I'm there. I'm here. Please, likewise, I'm here. Please send mail or WhatsApp. Any member. They may not be able to reach us directly, but please let them reach through you. We don't mind at all, and then we will try to help in our best capability.
And we have been getting a lot of help, sir, from the consulate. And Sumati Rao Garu has been helping in a couple of these kind of strange cases. So you have great team there, staff there. They care for the community. They're always there to provide the support. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Anil. And then have a nice evening with you all your cultural programs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Do not leave anybody. Only, sir, Meeru Vellat, sir. Thank you. We have another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll go through. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, that was wonderful, and we will share the screen, and another 10 minutes we'll wrap it up. Okay, please, allow me. Priya, can you see the screen, madam? Anybody? Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay, wonderful. So let's get there. We talked about the wonderful big event yesterday. So Anand Garu, congratulations, sir. Kudos. One more thing in the bag in our Silicanandra track record. Thank you. On the Rotary Club of Silicanandra, we have done so much. There are still shoes coming, which is good. We crossed probably like 110, 120 some bags. So great work by Padma Garu, Padma Hari Garu. So I will just share one or 2 minutes, a video. Thank you. That was a wonderful journey, amazing work all around. This is successful only because of each and every one of you. And special thanks to Padma Hari Garu, Saroja Manga Garu, Priya Tanugula Garu, Madhuri Kaja Garu, Sonia Sidhuji, Anupama Nakka Garu, who did tremendous work in this initiative. And from other clubs, we had equally very good responses, Kamal Delaji, Tina Orsi Hartigan, Savita Vaidyanathan ji, Jitu Lakotia ji, Jill Myers, Teresa Williams. So thanks to each and every one of you. Without your support, help, and drive, I don't think we would have had this kind of success with this project. Thank you. So next one from the community services track, the mindfulness workshop. We started this about 4 weeks ago. Actually, this weekend we did the 4th session. We have 4 more sessions to go. We have Manoj ji here. It's been so wonderful sessions. It's for everybody, and we see maybe 30, 40, 50 of them taking advantage of these sessions, and we have 4 more. So please don't miss them. And we are uploading all these recordings on our Facebook, Silicanandhra Rotary Facebook, as well as YouTube. So please go to youtube.com and you search for Silicanandhra Rotary or Rotary Club of Silicanandhra. You would be able to find them. So amazing work, another initiative. Thanks to Sonia ji and Sim Garu for driving these things. And Manoj ji, who is our Rotarian from our club, for providing the support and all the knowledge, imparting all this for a better health, the total health, the true health. Okay, so wonderful. So the next one is vocational services. I want Dushyant Garu, please go ahead, sir. We are trying to get some things, great things done through this track. I would let Dushyant Garu speak.
Namaskar Mal. Thanks, Raj Garu. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, as part of vocational services, as we all know, it is the essence of Rotary, and that serves as the foundation from which we serve our community around the world. Vocational services follows the Rotary's guiding principles, emphasizes the importance of work, especially that work provides people with a livelihood and gives them dignity, and society benefits from having all of its members employed in a manner that maximizes their talents and ambitions. So, vocational service calls on Rotarians to empower others by using their unique skills and expertise, address community needs, and help others discover new professional opportunities and interests. So here we have high-level categories. As last time we spoke, professional development, career counseling, personality development, professional business networking, and then CSR, corporate social responsibility initiatives. As part of this line, we want to have every month one webinar for sure. So for the first one, we just finalized for the month of August. It is going to be next Sunday, that is August 23rd at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. That is our first session. Can we go to the next slide, sir? Yeah. So here, this session will be on leadership strategies during these difficult times, especially in 2020 leadership strategies. Both insights as well as strategies will be presented. The presenter speaker will be Kip Pettit. He is a very experienced training professional. He has been trained in US, Canada, Europe, Asia, and he also going to touch on workplace strategies, team building, employee engagement, succession management in various areas. So this is applicable for all the audience, especially the executives, professionals, employers, non-profit leaders. So we will be sharing the flyers soon with the link as well. So then I would request every one of you to share with your within your community and encourage people to attend and get benefit from this. That's it, Raj Garu. Thank you.
Thank you, Dushyant Garu, for you and Srini Tonta Garu for helping us. And we are actually, doing all these events, from the vocational services with the help of, the Let Us Talk It, as the co-sponsor. So we are looking forward to amazing things, sir. So at some point, we will add one more. Maybe there might be a month with two such events. So that way, we will catch up on the one that we missed in July. So it's a curveball for your team. I know you can accomplish that, and thank you. And this, especially the audience, the people who can benefit from this, they don't have to be just, members of our Rotary Club. Anybody could join. So please spread the word. When you know something about it, please spread the word. And you could be an executive, professional, employer, non-profit leaders, or even high school students. It's good for them to know and pick up some of these tips of the trade and how and in some ways 30 years of my professional experience tells me that some of these things you need to pay heavily to get these kinds of training. So please come take advantage of it. Thanks, Dushyant Garu. So we did this. So please get involved. We will have next meeting on September 6th, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time and 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We had a wonderful session today, and again on behalf of the Rotary Club of Silicanandra and the Silicanandra family, I want to thank our Consul General, Nagendra Prasad Garu, for accepting our invitation to be with us. And as busy as he has been this weekend with Independence Day celebrations, it speaks volumes about our track record. So take that pride. And we had one more the mega event of 2020, we just accomplished yesterday. We are still recovering from all that energy. It's like a shot. You have 100,000 or so more people in one place. This is the second instance where I felt that. The first time I felt it was in 2009 with Lakshakalarchana with 160,000 people, 160,000 people, and I know my buddy Devendra Garu was there with me, right next to me. I was the president and Devendra Garu was the vice president, and it's an experience of a lifetime, and yesterday was no different. So each and every one of you who have been there and supported it, thank you wholeheartedly. And we have two new stalwarts, heroes, Hari Garu and Anand Garu, Ashok Buddy Garu. Manaku Grahallo Kodanu, when an asteroid or something comes, hits you, it changes your course. Okay, so now you are hit by an asteroid called Anand Garu. It will change your course. Okay, you will be in a different rotation and revolution and speed and everything else. So we welcome you both wholeheartedly to the Silicanandra family. There are wonderful things that we can do, and we will do certainly with all your help. And so yes, this event was one where it did not give me much opportunity for so many other things that were happening to work closely with either of you. But certainly, I hear so much every time I talk about Hanuman Chalisa. I have been hearing both of your names for the past 30, 40, 50 days. So congratulations for both of you. And we already know other stars here anyway. Sai Garu, Narendra Garu, P. Garu, we know them already. So we will get to know you also in the due course of time. And so thank you very much, sir. And Srini Thontagaru, I don't know however you got connected to Silicanandra, maybe through Srini Thontagaru bridge, just like how Dushyant Garu got connected or not, I'm not sure. Dushyant Garu, say something, sir. You are saying...
Garu. Yeah, one second. Actually, about Hari Garu, I would like to mention one more thing. He's the primary reason for our last year Matlata Nationals. He handled all the technical support, and that's where Srini Thontagaru brought him. And how we got Hari Garu is through Ashok Garu. So both of them are like our pillars here in Michigan. So it was very unique experience for us. When they are in the Silicanandra family, it feels great for all of us. Thank you, Ashok Garu.
Only one Michigan.
Hari Garu.
Yeah, in one Michigan family, Ashok Buddy Garu, Hari Garu play a very crucial role. They are there wherever community needs help. So we are so blessed to have them as part of a great family.
And Srini Thontagaru, actually, couple of years back, Raj Garu, he brought Ashok Buddy Garu to our Sadasulu in Michigan.
Okay.
Very first connection with Ashok Buddy Garu happened there with Manabadi Sadasulu as a chief guest from Srini Thontagaru. Thontagaru, kudos, sir.
Yeah, right. Oh, sorry, sir. I just told something. It's on mute, actually. Yeah. What I was saying is, Yeah, so Ashok Bhatti garu and Hari garu, were an integral part of the One Michigan family, where they're always there for community help and scaling to greater heights. And Ashok Bhatti garu already, he has done a lot of great work, including founding a temple here. So definitely, Andy. So Manaki, we are so glad, and also a 100,000 plus and Guinness record, and it really uplifts the spirit that we can really reach stars.
Wonderful.
Not just moon.
Though we know, Srini garu, let me say one thing. Though we know Ashok Bhatti garu as a New Jerseyan, because he built one temple here, Sai Datta Peetham. He's the person, core person for Sai Datta Peetham, and again Sai Temple there. And he is doing amazing things for community. And definitely we have another stalwart, as Raju garu told, Ashok garu, hats off. And Anand garu, actually, if we say Anand garu as Sri Rama for this project, and Ashok garu is the Anjaneya for this Lakshagalarchana project. Definitely.
Okay, sir, 1 second. So this is another testament. Tonta garu and Dushyant garu, you have to follow my words very clearly. When I say there is no such team like Michigan team anywhere else, I have been saying it everywhere. Only thing is, you just have to feel that you have that kind of a team there in Michigan, and fully, fulfill the full potential of the team. And this only proves me one more time that the Michigan team is mighty, and you guys can do wonderful things, be it Hanuman Chalisa or be it Manabadi, taking Manabadi to 1,000 number. It's all within your reach. You can make it happen. So thank you. So I will continue in the interest of time. Ratnamala garu, our secretary of the Rotary Club of Silkanandra, please go ahead with your vote of thanks, madam.
Raju garu, before that, welcome Ramesh ji, our past district governor. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining.
Oh, Ramesh is here. Sorry, my apologies. Yes. I stand corrected. See, while I am presenting, I cannot keep track of the participants. My apologies, Ramesh ji, Hariharan ji. If not for your direction and drive and vision, today Rotary Club of Silkanandra is not there, sir. So we would always remember that. And this is just the beginning. As we have always been saying, there are amazing things you would see coming from this club. And
I'm continuously amazed by the energy in this Rotary Club of Silkanandra. Congratulations, kudos to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you. My apologies, sir. I did not notice.
Hey, no worries at all. It is always fun to watch from behind and enjoy the show, enjoy the program.
Thank you, sir. Malaji.
Yeah, sure. I'm honored to be giving you the word of thanks today. Thank you all for being here in the august presence of Honorable Consul General of India, Dr. T.V. Nagendra Prasad garu. Respected past President Ramesh Hariharan garu, past District Governor Ramesh Hariharan garu, our past President Anand Puchputla garu, Mr. President Raju garu, President-elect Priya Tanugula, Hong Wei, District Membership Chair, our leadership team, distinguished guests and friends. Thank you all for attending our meet and greet session today. I thank Dr. T.V. Nagendra Prasad garu for his valuable time this evening and his efforts toward improving global economy, particularly between India and USA, especially California as the focal point, and also in helping the stranded Indian citizens during this COVID-19 situation. It's highly applauded and appreciated. We are really proud to have a Telugu person at the helm in the consulate. The days are not getting any better, so I request all of you to stay safe and take care until our next meeting, where we'll be bringing in more exciting things. Namaste.
Thank you, Mala garu. Our next meeting is on Sunday, September 6th, same time, 5:30 Pacific and 8:30 Eastern time. Please come, join, connect your friends, colleagues, and neighbors. Anybody who has some ideas to serve. They don't have to spend their time or whatnot. We need your inputs. We need your ideas. We need your direction and help. And we are here to fulfill those ideas. So bring to the table. Thank you. And adjourn the meeting. Good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Thank you.